Hey everybody, my name is Kobe and today I am going to be reviewing the Rolltop backpack of holding from ThinkGeek. This is actually the successor to the original backpack of holding. I actually did a review on that, so if you want to jump over back to my videos, take a quick look to see what I thought about this, that link should be in the comments, or I'll link it, annotate it, whatever it's called. But this is the successor to this bag. A lot of you asked in the other video for me to do a review of this bag if I ever got it, and so I got it. I've been itching to do the review, and you'll find out why. But just to start it off, this is the original backpack of holding and the Rolltop backpack of holding. As you can see, comparing them side by side, the original is a little bit bigger. It's got just a slight edge on it, but for the most part, they're the same size. Obviously, we can tell, the immediate differences are that the original backpack of holding was made out of canvas. This one is made out of just a generic backpack material. This is, you're pretty it's your run-of-the-mill backpack. If you go to like Walmart or Target or something and you pick up a backpack off the racks, this is probably the material you're going to find. I don't exactly know what type of material to call it. I don't think it's acrylic, but it's some type of, when I describe a basic backpack, that's kind of what I'm getting at here. So moving on, let's talk about the stitching. The stitching of the original backpack of holding is kind of, just pretty standard. The new one puts in this new theme that ThinkGeek has been having with a lot of their bags, particularly the green stitching along the edge, which is really nice in my opinion. I think it's nice. The stitching on the edge here actually does give this a little bit of security. It makes it feel like kind of thicker, which is interesting. It's kind of, it's a weird comparison against the material. They don't really match, and that's kind of going to be the theme of this review. You're going to find out. I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way so we can kind of show this one off a little more. But like I said, the material on the outside is pretty standard. The stitching on the outside is nice. Let's see, other things I want to talk about as far as the material goes. We do have these straps, just like the original backpack of holding. It's a pretty standard, mesh, vented mesh with your run-of-the-mill padding. Nothing to write home about. One thing you should write home about though is these the straps. These straps, or rather the I don't exactly know what you'd call it. This would be the strap. This would be, I guess, the tightener, where you can tighten it. This is awesome. This material is made out of the same thing that seat belts are made out of. So this feels incredibly durable. And the same is for the handle on the top. The handle is actually made of this material. So, looking at it online, looking at it from afar, it's not something that I look at and go, oh my God, this is tough, this is durable, it looks like a flimsy thing. But once you grab it, you feel how nice that is. It's a very durable fabric, which is weird compared to the fabric of the actual bag. So, we've got great stitching on the sides, we've got great handles in these straps, and then the fabric of the bag is just, it is. Yeah, let's talk about the bottom. The bottom of the bag here is a bit thicker. This is a much thicker, nicer material. If you can see these little silver pegs here, this is kind of like these, I guess, balancers on the bottom. It's meant to sit there. I would be cautious if you own a wood floor or something. I imagine if you toss this around a little bit, can you kind of hear it on my counter, scratching it a little bit? I don't know that I would have put those on there. Maybe some rubber ones that may stand the test of time a little better, or at least be kinder to your surroundings. But, it's fine. This bottom part does protect the bottom of the bag pretty well, though. It takes a little bit of a beating, so that's good. Speaking of taking a beating, I've been actually using this for about a month now, pretty regularly, so I've got a good feel for it. It's not something I just immediately got and then came out with. I wanted to use it for a little bit before I was, critiquing it. Let's see. Moving on to talk about some of the outer pockets. So, the first thing we have here are these two outer pockets. If you can see this one right here, we've actually got a D20 little stud that's there. Very similar to the original backpack of holding. The original one had the giant stud here. It's got a small one right here. We open this up. We can find a few things in here. This is what I keep at work. So I keep, a pack of gum, Burt's Bees hand salve. It's really cold, so my hands are breaking out. So I got to keep that in there. And just, some eye drops for dry eyes. So put all that back in there. Some of you requested in my last video that I use some more standard sized objects so that you can kind of get an idea of how big this bag is. So I've got a couple things here. I've got my cell phone case. My phone is actually recording the video. So this is my Google Pixel case. It's a 5-inch phone if you want to use that for your basis, but this is just a regular Google Pixel. So if we're going to put this in here, okay? Putting your Google Pixel in, I've already got stuff in here, so it might be a little difficult, but it goes in there. It's a little tight on the edge, but you can zip it shut, and it's pretty secure in there. I'll go ahead and take that back out. Other pocket that we have here is similar. Instead of going over the top, though, kind of goes out through the middle. This is where I keep all my cords. So you can see I keep my laptop charger in here, stuff that back in there, and cover the top. I do like that you can tuck it in over the top like that, and just zip it shut. You can fit quite a few things in here. I've got a can of soda here for scale. Let's see if I can put that in there. Yeah, we can put that in really easy. Okay. Let's see. The edge of this zipper has this faux leather type material, and you're actually going to see that when we talk about this clasp up here. It keeps it shut. This also is a bit of a faux leather. It's not real, but it's faux leather, and it's got the green stitching here as well. And then the faux leather surrounds the D20 stud as well. The laptop compartment, let's move on to that. Okay, so this is going to be on the outside edge here, right along the back. All right, this is where you're going to keep your main storage for your laptop. So this is where this bag beats the original bag of holding. The original bag of holding, anytime you wanted to get in it to get like your laptop or anything, you had to unroll the whole thing, pull it out, reach way deep in. This time, it is right here. So, without unrolling it, we can open this bag, and we're touching on an issue that I'm about to raise. We can open the bag, and inside I've got my 13 to 14 inch laptop from work, and it just goes right in. I'll show you a close-up here in a minute, but we've got, the inside has some beautiful lining. This back is much more padded, so it's clearly meant to hold your laptop. And then there's a sleeve inside to put the laptop in. So I'll put that in there, and we'll put it back in. Now, one thing I want you to notice, okay? This compartment, the Rolltop compartment, is full right now, okay? I mean, this is my everyday work bag, so I've got things I take to work in it. Do you see how this is pulled apart just sitting still? It's not like I can put it back, but it kind of keeps pulling apart. And if you notice here on the edge, everything that's inside the Rolltop compartment, you see how it's kind of pulled like that? I want to show you something. When I try to shut it, I get caught right here every time. Now that was a smooth close, but when I try to open it back up, it gets sticky. And see, I have to fight it. Of course, in the video it's going to do it, but every day I fight this bag right here, where it'll just hang right here on the corner. So, closing that up. I don't know if you can see here too, but this is the zipper is kind of caught right here. Now, benefit of the doubt, this may just be my bag. I may have gotten a faulty zipper, but overall, this zipper particularly feels kind of cheap. It feels like I'm gonna break it if I'm too tough on it. And every day that I'm fighting it, see, like here we go, right now. I can't, I have to unzip it and zip it, unzip it and zip it to actually get it to come out. See? That was like a quick fight. Some days it takes me a good minute to actually get this thing open. So, not a huge deal, but when you have a bag, you want to get in and out of it, it's a bothersome. So, moving on to this clasp here, the roll top part. The clasp here, this is actually plastic with a mix of that faux leather. The rounded edges here are plastic, but this faux leather is all the way down. There is a buckle right here, so you twist this, right, and it lifts up, okay? And this just flaps freely. It's sewn down right here, so the only thing that actually flaps is the buckle clasp part. You roll it up, now you've got this first pocket here. This is by far my favorite pocket of this. The reason being, there's a beautiful D20 charm right here on this zipper. Edges of the zipper are lined in green, and this zipper feels a little bit better. I guess it's probably the positioning and the fact that it's not being pulled away. I think, I said a minute ago that this zipper feels cheap. It may be less that it feels cheap, and it just feels like I struggle with it a lot. And I think that's just due to the shape of the bag. But I love this zipper. It's way bigger than you think. This is where that bag of holding part comes in. You know, I keep my Switch in here, and I keep some headphones. It's something that, you know, you look at it, you're like, wow, that's gigantic. Here's my my phone case again. Here's an orange. Here's some Post-it notes. There's a pen. Let's see if I can put my Switch back in there with this. Probably not with the orange, but let's take the orange out. I can put my Switch back in. Maybe not super comfortably, but I can fight it and get it in there. Some of you at home that are Switch fans are probably going, no, 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 don't force it in. But it didn't go in with too much of a fight. So I zip it shut. Like I said, this charm on here is really good. It makes it easy to get in and out of this. Like, it makes it easy to grab it. So let's go to the actual compartment now. You can see here, the zipper goes all the way down the side, which is nice. It goes all the way up here and all the way down the side. So let's open it all the way. Zip straight down. We can lay this down. And here, we can get inside this bad boy, right? Now you can see right now, I probably don't need to do a close-up, but here is the inside lining. If you can see here in the pictures, it's D20. It's little D20s in this gray lining. This is beautiful. This is really nice. A couple weeks ago, I had some pins on my bag. I like to carry around some pins, not writing pins, but the pins that you would clip on a bag. And it was nice because I could clip the pins on the outside, but then leave the actual pins underneath the lining, so it didn't come through. It was really nice. You got your ThinkGeek logo right here. As we open it up, you can see what I've got in here. I've got a pair of pants. I like to wear my shorts at work, so I just wear these and then roll them up for later. Got a journal, and I've got my glasses. What else have I got? I've got my coffee mug. All that's in here. I've got a book light. All this good stuff, right? Okay, let's see if I can pull this apart enough. Within here, very much like the original bag of holding, there are compartments. They did a much better job of stitching these and making them a little bit thicker. They're not great, like they're not perfect, but it's much better. You know, the other bag, it was just a little flat. This is a full, you know, thing that you can actually put stuff in. So for example, let's put my glasses in there, right? It's not super tall, so my glasses will hang out a little bit, but it's good for thin things like this notebook, right? I can slide that in there, and then once I shut this, you can kind of see from the side. Then I've got the notebook sitting comfortably in here. It's easy to reach in and get to. But let's go ahead and stuff everything back in here. And like I said, this side part makes it so much easier to get stuff in. It can really hold more. It can hold more easily, I guess. It may not be able to hold more from a quantity standpoint, but getting it in there and situating it is a lot easier now that you can reach down the side instead of having to reach all the way down to the bag. Let's put the orange in there. Why not? Let's put the glasses back in. Let's put the mug back in. Everything's in. Okay. And I'm gonna start zipping it from the side so this doesn't fall out. Make me look dumb. Alright, but you can see here, this is kind of fighting it now. Just a little bit. I don't know what I put in here that got awkward. There. I'll put that in there. And I'll leave my glasses on top. I like to zip up the side and then zip the top so they kind of meet here in the corner. And then we'll roll it down. Now see, the way that I laid it down this time, it's a little bit tighter than before. So I will just clasp it here, right there in the middle. If you clasp it too tight, it'll kind of mush the bag. So, you know, do it however you like it. If you want more security, you can do it tighter, but you can just leave it entirely loose right here, and it'll just sit freely. I like to keep it right in the middle, though. Now, this is a bit tighter. Turning it to the side, you can see that this is, you know, it's pretty thin. Let's wear it, see what it looks like. So you can see what it actually looks like on a person. Now you're gonna notice, maybe, since the bag is full, you might not notice it, but I'm gonna do a turn here, model for you. This is what the bag looks like on an actual person. The thing that I have a problem with is when my bag's not full of stuff, the bottom, because it is this concave area that's got this little extra bit, it mushes. Which, again, not a huge thing, but it bothers me. Another reason that it mushes that I want to show you is because this laptop area actually stops before you get to this area. So this almost always folds down. You can see like where the stitching stops right here on the bottom. My laptop stops. There we go again. I'm going to fight this zipper. And see, now that we've got, here's what I'm talking about again. Now that we've stuffed this a little differently, you can see how this pocket is intruding on this, so it doesn't really leave a lot of room for space. Normally my laptop is the only thing I can keep in here. But let's see. I'm gonna angle it down so you can see that there is a thin strap. It's just like the pockets within here. It's pretty thin. This one's a little bit thicker. It's got something between the lining, but the back side is very padded. But you know, it's thin. It's just meant to hold your laptop in place. But like I said, my only caveat with that is that it goes all the way to the bottom. Or rather, it doesn't go all the way to the bottom. It cuts off before the bottom of the bag. So if you have a bigger laptop, like a 17-inch, definitely will not fit in here. It'll be pretty snug. I mean, this is a 13, 14-inch. 15 you might be able to get with. I feel like it'd be a snug fit, but 17, I don't think you'd be able to get that. Let's see, is there anything else that I've forgotten? I don't think so. So yeah, this is the Rolltop bag of holding. Ultimately, it's fine. Truthfully, one reason I've been so excited to get this video done is so I can switch back to the original. If I had to pick between the two, I'd pick the original. I forgot about these side pockets. My original thought about this was, hey, great, I love these side pockets. They're so useful. Once I thought about it, I realized that I actually kind of lost a pocket. These went from the outside and moved here, and then this big pocket that's here, technically, it's moved up here, but honestly, we didn't get any new pockets. The arrangement's different to where it feels more accessible, but I don't know that it really is. So if I had to pick between the two, I'd pick the original. The new one is fine. If you catch it on sale, it's a good bag to have and try out. But honestly, it misses the mark for me just a little bit. You know, the handles, these straps feel awesome. They feel pretty secure. But the material of the bag leaves a lot to be desired. I'd be terrified of getting it wet. I feel like, and maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like the contents of this bag would get pretty wet if it got wet. Granted, it would happen with the original, but the original is such a thick canvas, you'd have enough time to react. If you got caught in the rain with this, I'd be scared for your stuff. But yeah, like I said, maybe my zipper is just defective, but it feels like some of this stuff was like, let's put a lot of time into making this part awesome, and then the other stuff was just, it wasn't thought out, it wasn't. I'd love a better zipper on the bag. I'd love another D20 charm. I'd love one on the outside. I'd love for this zipper to have a little more structure and I don't want to fight my bag as much as I have to. And similar to this one, there's no place to carry a drink, so carry your coffee mugs inside your bag at your own risk. I've only got this one in here because I've finished everything in it. But yeah, let me know if you like the video. If you have any other questions that I maybe didn't answer, I know in my original bag of holding, I missed the one compartment entirely. So if you have one of these and I missed something, or if you see something that I missed, just ask me in the comments. I'll be happy to reply and let you know. I can keep you updated on any changes that I have for this bag, but ultimately, that is my review. Thank you guys again for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day.